Thank you and welcome back. We just wanted to loop back into where we first started and that question of what do you want people to learn from your story? So if you can tell me just why that's important to you, and we'll start with Matt.
All right. So I the first like couple months I was at Reading School District, I just sort of kept my head down, kept it booking, went to my classes, got my work done. Didn't really get to know anybody on a super deep level. Was just trying to, get my priorities straight before I started like really getting to know people. But I would say definitely through the football team I really started like making friends and people that you might not associate with if you're from outside the school district. Those were the kids that became my best friends.
Mm-hmm.
And just I don't know, like it's just there's different like people think that based on where you live or like how you act like that or how you dress, maybe that's like that defines you, and maybe it does, but I feel like coming into it I really started to just I don't know, become more open to these kids.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel like that has helped you? Just being open-minded.
Well, I mean, as a
them.
leadership role on the football field, I mean, I know like every person on the football team well, and their stories are ridiculous, and you wonder why a kid might not come out for football. Well, look at his home life, like
Mm-hmm.
what is going on at home, and I remember I had a captain's meeting the one time with at Coach Flowers' house, and Coach Flowers just sat us down, and he like ran us through like every kid's story, and almost everyone on the team was going through something really hard, and to just be able to lead a group of guys that is going through so many hard things at home, and to put something together on the football field that is even the fact that we're there, that we're working together as a team, that's
Mm-hmm.
just beautiful to me, especially as the person who's leading them out there. I feel like that's been one of the greatest experiences that I've been able to have, and one of the biggest compliments that I've ever gotten was from Coach Flowers, and he just said, Matt, you have not changed. So many kids, and I've seen it, kids come into the Reading School District, and because it's a different environment, they try to change their personality, they try to change who they are, and I stayed the same old white guy I was. I was not gonna, and people respected me for that. I look different, and that's why I just wasn't willing to do whatever. And that's people respect that so much. So if there's one thing you should take away, it's just be who you are, and if you're a genuine person, people will respect you. And when you go into different situations, just be yourself, be open, be receptive, and things are gonna work out.
Such good advice from a teen, and I know you feel the same way because we've had that conversation about being you. But for you, what you want people to get from your story, why is that important to you?
It's just because I was faced with so much negativity and hostility from not necessarily people from my school district, but just from the outside that looked down upon Reading
Mm-hmm.
High School kids, that I would sometimes set myself up for rejection. Like I'd sell
Mm-hmm.
myself out short,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't think that it was possible for me to do things, or like the Berks Best application. I wasn't even gonna fill it out because
Are we allowed to say?
What? Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess we're allowed to say.
Yes, please announce it.
Nothing. I just won the Berks Best Communications award.
Which is huge. That means she was selected from across the county for that award, so we're very proud of her for that.
Thank you so much.
But again, just your story.
There were just some opportunities that I felt that sometimes people would tell me that were just way too out of reach.
Mm-hmm.
And I would believe them sometimes.
And so what changed your mind?
Nothing. That I realized that listening to people that just wanted to bring me down because I was a threat to them wasn't good.
Yeah.
I was automatically not even giving myself a chance.
Mm-hmm.
I was just outright just failing.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to let that happen anymore. And I think that's what no one can let that happen. You can never set yourself up for rejection. No matter what people say,
Mm-hmm.
how negative they are, how much opposition you face, you can never let yourself stop yourself from doing your best.
Absolutely. Again, such great advice from such young minds. I mean, it's amazing that you have that sense of self, the both of you, at such a young age. So I hope you both keep that. And so as you're kind of preparing for graduation soon and getting ready to go out into the real world, tell us a little bit about what you have planned or what your goals and ambitions are as you move on to the next step. you want to start?
Okay, well, this summer I want to read as many books and watch as many TV shows as I possibly can before I start college.
A nice brain break.
Yeah, but I'm actually working on a documentary about immigration and volunteering at the Red Cross this summer.
Absolutely. And then moving into college, tell everyone where you're planning to go and what you would like to study.
I'm joint concentrating in international relations and classics with a focus on pre-law at Brown University.
Very nice. And then what is your goal? I know you're kind of still
I know.
on the fence. You don't want to decide at 18, which I completely agree with, but tell people kind of where your thoughts are headed, what you would like to do.
I've realized that my entire high school career and teenage life has been revolving around communications and social justice. So I'm not sure if I'm going into law or maybe foreign service, or I'm not sure.
Absolutely. But that's kind of the direction you're thinking. Very
Did you say
nice.
uniform service?
Foreign service,
IR.
Which is a nice segue into you, Matt. Tell us what you're going to be doing after graduation.
I'm going to be attending the Naval Academy. My major, engineering, aerospace is pretty appealing to me. But yeah, so I'll be going to school for 4 years. I leave actually for boot camp over the summer, July 1st, so a couple weeks after graduation. And then I have college for 4 years, and then I serve for 5. And actually, if I would become a pilot, which is, I think that's what I want to do, it would be more. I don't know how many more, but yeah. And then after that, maybe I'll do the whole 20 and then I'll just retire. But I think probably I'll get out of the service at that point and find an engineering job.
And we want to share your accomplishment, which was Representative Joe Pitts. Every year nominates dozens of students from his area for different appointments in military academies. And he's been in term for, I think, 20 years, and he's done this every year. This was the first year that anyone he had nominated was selected. 2 people were selected. They were both from Reading High, and Matt was one of them. So he'll be going to the Naval Academy, so we're very proud of that accomplishment, too.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Is there anything else that you guys want to add? Again, share about yourself, your story. I mean, this is kind of your spotlight time. What would you want people to know about you and your experiences and kind of your life so far?
Ooh, heavy.
Yeah, that's a heavy one.
Go for it, Patty.
I'm thinking, throughout your life, you're gonna meet with a lot of opposition and negativity, and there are gonna be people that are gonna go to bat for you, or they're just gonna bring you down. And just be yourself. Do your best. Don't let anyone stop you from doing all that you can. And I think that's what people have to get out of my story.
Absolutely. Agreed. Go ahead, Matt.
Don't try to be close friends with everybody. Just because you
That's
can't.
good advice.
Because you can't.
Yeah.
And I think I've started to learn that in the past couple years, weeks, years. But yeah, and I think definitely my it sounds trite, but it's not. My faith it's become a much bigger part of my life in the past couple years, especially as I'm figuring out exactly what I believe about the world going off to college. I'm gonna be working for the military. Orders, I gotta be able to follow them, and I gotta have that confidence that what I'm doing is right. So.
Absolutely. Well, I thank you both for joining us on our first podcast, videocast. We're so excited to have this opportunity and be able to share stories from young adults like yourself. So again, we appreciate you coming today, allowing the world to kind of have a view into what you deal with on a daily basis, and then kind of your hopes and dreams and your story. So we appreciate that very much. And we thank you all for joining us today. Be on the lookout for some more stories from kids. We're excited to have this project and keep it going.